Hello, good morning, and welcome into the final Good Morning NASDAQ of 2023. It has been a fun, long journey this year, basically a year of Clover so far, and we've added a lot of cool new elements for you guys. One of them being Good Morning NASDAQ, where me and Huddy, started off with me and Schwartz, now it's me and Huddy. Kyle jumps in when he can. It's been a lot of fun waking up with you guys every morning, going through the pre-market prep, going through the biggest gappers of the day and seeing what we're going to attack, what we're weary of, and just getting a little bit better at fundamental analysis, technical analysis, reading daily charts, all that good stuff. So I hope if you guys did, leave a comment in the chat right there. If you learned something this year, if you enjoyed spending your mornings from 8:45 a.m. to 9:15 on the Clover Trading YouTube channel for Good Morning NASDAQ, and if you want to keep it going into 2024, spoiler alert, we're going to do it, whether you say yes or no. But we would appreciate a little bit of your approval. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button as well as you start to funnel in and filter in this morning. I'll bring in my good friend Michael Hudson. How we doing today from Guadalupe? Your mic's not working.
We're doing good. Good. All is good from here. We're not in Guadalupe. We're in Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, Guadalupe, yeah.
You know, potato. An interesting little week of thinner trading. You have so many weird little low float gappers. That's what I've been noticing.
Yeah, kind of what we talked about yesterday. We just kind of have that that little theme that comes in and out as we go pretty much every other week. I feel like you get a couple low float runners. So many recent reverse splits, so many stocks that are beaten down to new lows that got to get that price back up to remain compliant, to not have a 40-cent stock all year.
So yeah, end of the year here. December I feel like has been quite active. I know Dom and I are kind of trading different setups at the moment, but both of us pretty active month in terms of frequency of trades and possible, stocks. I mean, there's just a lot of gappers every day, and a lot of stocks are just kind of up a lot, which is providing opportunity. Even we saw some OTC stocks get hot for a day, and that was cool too, like to have that in December. So just interesting end of the year. Very excited about next year. Good Morning NASDAQ kind of being up early, hour and a half before market open. Definitely in the right boat for those that are here to further your education and just be more prepared for market open. There's tons of variables and nuances in the market that any beginner trader has to continue to learn throughout their whole experience. So good luck to everyone. Good luck to next year, and let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling. We shall. Yeah, I think this is a great time going into the end of this. We got a long weekend here. No trading on Monday, so we'll be back on Tuesday. One moment. It's a great time to sit down, get into spreadsheet tracking. If you're not, I know on the Clover Trading website, you can get Kyle's brand new guide and his spreadsheet that goes along with it. I was studying last night, trying to do my monthly review for December. Gosh, that kid and his formulas. But I'll tell you what, the end result is amazing.
What I like about that guide is it's not some guide that's going to say, hey, this is how you trade and you have to trade like this in order to be successful. It's not even like that. It's like you can find that information anywhere, right? But mainly what it is it's a tool for you to use to track your trades, track your data, and improve and review. And it's a very well done Excel. I haven't seen anything like it in my 8 years of trading. And Dom and I immediately started using it. We're immediately having better months than our previous months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just accountability at the end of the day. So that's why we created that tool for traders to use. It's not telling you how to trade. It's just a way to make you accountable for your trades. So you can really know what you're trading and what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. Where are you losing most? Where are you winning most? Where's your best risk reward? What time of day is causing you to lose? What time of day is causing you to win? What's your time frame? Like, this is data on yourself that you need. So having that Excel sheet is well, that's why we created it. That's why he created it.
Yeah, it's kind of less of teaching you how to run your business and more of like how to account for your business. It makes you feel like you're actually doing the back end work for yourself as a trader and your trading business going forward. It makes you accountable for every single number, every money going in, every money going out. And Dennis asked, where can you get that? Clovertrain.io. I think it's called the $8 million blueprint, or let me look at right
I like to
now.
call it money sheets.
Money Sheets it is. It's in the store. It's in the shop store on the website. Great thing to study over the weekend. Get yourself on that spreadsheet. I just started it in December, and like Huddy said, it's not making me trade any differently, but having the ability to go through and know what I did on every single day. It has pictures of all my charts and my trades. And manually putting that information in every day is very rewarding to know that I'm trying to improve those numbers on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis.
I like when it turns green.
Dude, I watching my brand new profit curve go up, and I'm just like, I told Kyle yesterday, I'm like, feels like the same feeling as when I got profitable the first time. Like I just hit my first 10K since I started tracking it, and I'm just like, it feels like the first time I did it. Like that level of excitement that when you know your numbers, you actually every variable that's going on. Where I feel like for years I've gotten away from that, where it's just like, I'm making money right now or I'm not, and I don't dive deep enough, or can't even dive deep enough because I don't know the numbers.
And that's awesome. I mean, what are you saying? You're up 10K this month, or?
Yeah, well, I hit 10K since I started doing the spreadsheet, so right around there.
That's awesome. You've been telling the Clovers you've been using $300 risk lately, and you're able to do a phenomenal month from such a small dollar position in your stocks. That it's very impressive. 10K from $300 risk. It always impresses me. It always impresses me how good trading can lead to, like, you don't need to risk a lot in order to make a lot, but you need to be able to trade well and maximize risk reward in specific cases. Like I'm sure FNMA, like the reason that trade was so good for you is because you were able to add to a winner, move your risk up, and continue to ride the trend as far as it went. And that's kind of what is key. And so it's a big fallacy that you need big size or big accounts to make decent money per month. You just need to be able to trade well.
Now, yeah, I think part of that probably happens because once you move up over the course of your career, your accounts grow, you start risking $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on a trade, and you start thinking about the money a lot more, because when you're up 2,000 or 3,000 on a trade, it starts to feel like real money that you can do a lot with. That's more than just a nice Christmas for your friends and family. That is the mortgage, that is multiple months rent, whatever it is. And so you start to forget a little bit about the maximizing winners, focusing on the trade. You start to think more about the dollar, and it's hard to forget that. But when you're risking $200 or $300 a trade, you can't make any real money by making 1-to-1 or less than 1-to-1 on your trades. So you have to maximize. You have to focus on good risk reward. You have to focus on your win percentage. And everything you just said, it really does nail it home when you size down and just focus on the trading.
So without further ado, let's get into some of the gappers today. You guys had some good life mantras and good.
Yeah, for some reason we just started off with some fire.
Well, it's the new year. It's the new year.
We're excited. I'm excited for 2024. Fresh slate. 2023 is behind us. We're starting at zero, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels that way.
That's the way it always is. All right. We got 81 of you in here. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Supporting the channel. 32. Need to get that up to 41. Need 9 of you real quick. While you do that, I'll let you guys know that you're running out of time. You got like 3 days left to get in on Clover at a 30% discount. You heard me right, 30% discount for all 3 and 4 Leaf subscriptions for 3, 6, or 12 months. 30% off using code JOY30 at checkout. Check it out, link in the description. You have till New Year's Day to get that done. If you're interested in trading, taking advantage of your education, and taking it seriously this year, this is a great discount to get you in the door. As always, we have our 7-day, $7 trial as well. Also, deadline for January 1st is our bootcamp tickets, early bird pricing. The price, the bootcamp's first week of March. So you do have time to get your tickets if you're not quite ready to commit to it. But if you are considering going and you're thinking about it pretty seriously, they are on sale for $450 right now, and the prices will be going up at the beginning of next week. So if that's something you're interested in, get involved right now. Bada boom, bada bang. Let's head on over to the scanner. And looks like we got another triple-digit runner, SXTC. I think it's one we've played before.
Yeah, we actually played it a lot during the pandemic. It had some breakouts sub-penny. And you can see, again, one of those charts where you go back in time and it's just massive reverse splits after reverse splits after reverse splits. Couple wicks here and there as well. This thing just always just randomly pops up on the scanners. They're not too covered in dilution. They do have China ties, but they're not necessarily a liquidation play by any means, at least as far as I know.
Yeah, they
Uh,
got another sub-million float as far as I see, 590K.
yeah, and some convertible note baked into some price. I just can't really figure out if it's in the money or not, or if it's even like that big.
You see any news? The only recent news is that they've done that 1-for-25 reverse split. They regained compliance with the Nasdaq's minimum bid price rule. That's
Yeah, and
pretty
the
much
one for 25 reverse split
all their
says
news
that they
is.
one for 25 said that they brought their float down, I think, from 18 mil to 800K, so it's in that lower float territory. As with all these recent reverse split stocks that we've been seeing lately, that have quite spiked quite well at some point.
That's really all that's going on with the company. It seems like they have not PR'd in over a year. They have two reverse splits done as their biggest news in the last year, two different ones. So not very active in pursuing shareholder interest in what they're doing. Back to the daily chart now. Super low float, higher price too. Opening at this point up in the 5s and 6s. Get some resistance overhead in the 938 area that might come into play this morning. Already doing decent volume. Let's also not forget, before we talk about any gappers, that is the last day for a 3-day weekend. It's kind of jam-packed in between New Year's and Christmas. So this week, you're generally going to see like increased volatility with not as much liquidity and volume. So something to keep in note going into Friday, last day of the week, last day of the year, last day of the month.
Yeah,
Safety first.
there's been some crazy end of the day squeeze algo. We saw it on Sing and we saw it on NVFY yesterday. It's almost the exact same move on both of them. So some algos having a lot of fun this week during this lighter trading season, and they know that they can squeeze near the end of the day.
And they
With no
doing it.
shorts involved on the gappers, and they've been doing it. Sing and NVFY are so similar. It's crazy.
Yeah, so Sing was 2 days ago, kind of we talked about sideways, and then Ripski into the close, NVFY, very similar yesterday. Star open, fade off, kind of reclaims view up right before 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and then Rip City, here's a 100% move for you. So yeah, I'm personally, someone even asked in the chat if I'm about to go hunting. I am. I said I would do Good Morning NASDAQ. Huddy also was like privately yesterday, like, I think I'm done trading for the week. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. Lock in.
It's hard. It's hard to do Good Morning Nasdaq and look at all these tickers and then not want to trade.
Yeah.
But kind of had a really good month. Really nice way to cap off the year. And I'm in Puerto Vallarta with family, so it's like, do I really want to sit here and trade in this beautiful setting? Like, that's not bad, but it's the last day of the trading year, and I don't want to trade a bunch of low floats that are very thin, because there's not much liquidity usually in this week. So it's there's a lot of landmines that I have to avoid in order to be profitable in this kind of week. It takes focus. It's not impossible. It just takes focus and preparation, and it's not really what I want to do today. So maybe next week that changes. I'll still be here. But yeah, just kind of taking it easy to end the year. You don't really need to trade, the lowest float in the market, gapping up 100%.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing it on regular weeks during the middle of the year either. Kind of weird that this is my best week of the month is happening on a week in which Monday was Christmas, didn't trade. We only had 3 trading days, and then I might take off on the Friday. That's the way it works out sometimes. But just for me mentally, I think my goals are different, right? Everyone's goals are different right now, and my goal is getting ready in December for 2024's opportunities and getting my mindset right, my habits right, getting ready to execute to the best of my abilities. And I feel like I've done such a good job of that the last few weeks that there's just no reason I feel like for today to put it on a pedestal and like it should matter. And if there's a great opportunity, I'll be around for like 30 minutes to an hour. It has to be a really, really great opportunity though. And that's why I did my numbers yesterday.
Instead of like going into January 1st with a huge loss on the last trading day, like because I tried to push the envelope, I'd much rather take this day and this weekend to say, to give myself a little break from trading, air it out, and go through my, my stats and my strategies and really figure out a nice game plan going into 2024 and do a lot of review this weekend. And that's definitely that extracurricular work that could help you push you over the needle to profitability. So that feels like a more efficient and useful purpose of my time for the next 4 or 5 days rather than trying to nail one trade today and then being upset about trading and ignoring those types of responsibilities because I don't want to think about trading for the rest of the week, which happens, right? And so that's where my intentions are as well. And last day of the trading year, so that's where our heads are at.
And there's just there's something about, the last day of the month going into a new month, the last day of the year going into a new year, where your brain just naturally, even though it's kind of irrelevant over the course of a 10 or 20-year career, what any given one year is, because you could have a great end of a year and the great beginning of the next year, and that not quite show in the year-to-year results. But something happens where you get this, rekindling of motivation, this inspiration to want to be better. If this is your first year trading, was 2023, you were kind of red, break even, didn't really do much. Fresh slate, time to get after it. Like 2024, brand new numbers are going to start over from zero. And there's something about that. And so any positive momentum that I can take into next year, which is only a few days away, I want to do that. And, like I said, I don't know if I've said it here, but like 13 out of the last 14 days for me are green. And the red day happened like 10 or 11 days ago. So it's like, do I really want to even risk a red day, even if it's small, to mentally kind of have that not clean transition into the new month? And yeah, for me, I just think the risk isn't necessarily worth it because I feel so good right now and ready to go into the new year. If there's a great opportunity, for sure, I'll be there. There's a couple stocks I'm watching quite closely. But, this is the other side of trading that you don't really hear about too much, is the head game part of it, the preparation part of it, the research and development of your own personal results part of it. And that's what we try to do over at Clover, is try to make you a well-rounded trader, without telling you what you need to trade or what patterns you need to trade. Next gapper on the list, we'll go through the rest of them here. CGA is the next one. Kind of a funky looking chart. China Green Agriculture. So both stocks today are China companies.
Let me go through the news while you look at the chart. They have this is another weird one. I don't know if it's like a business combination or a merger, but they basically bought a company called Lone Star or something like that, and they're going through the process of it right now. And Lone Star is a Bitcoin mining company, and that's the news, and it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, it's weird. If you go through their PRs, it's basically the same PR for the last 2 years. It just says China Green Agriculture announces receipt of NYSE cure letter, and it's just over and over and over again. And they, a month ago, 2 months ago, got a notice for not filing a 10K. Nothing really here that's striking, that sticks out. 8 million float, Chinese company, agriculture, everything Huddy said. I don't see a cash need or overall risk of dilution. And the daily chart kind of shows me that this is just one that doesn't have a lot of history when it comes to, there's some in 2021. What would have been happening at the beginning of 2021? Nice little run, not really a small cap type of move, more of like a literally 5 to 6 month move, but pretty much top left to bottom right at this point. First move off the lows, and we hit all-time highs for the year this morning in pre-market. So pretty much been a dud. I don't see any news from today. If anyone else does, let us know. Yeah, with everything we just said, definitely not interested in something like this. Up 75%, lowish float, weird kind of no news China plays this morning, kind of gapping up. Any thoughts, Mr. Huddy?
No, my only thought, and the only thing I really took note from this is that they are acquiring or merging with some kind of Bitcoin mining company. So maybe it comes back in the future with Bitcoin being high. I mean, that's why I think it's gapping up, right? It's got that tagline. And Bitcoin's hot. And this might be one of those like non-primary plays. I don't know how long or how dedicated they are to the Bitcoin company model, given that their name is China Agriculture, right?
Yep.
Something like that.
It is.
So we'll see. This might be one of those absolute like companies that are trying to pump their stock up in the midst of a Bitcoin run, or they're really trying to get into the industry. Either way, that's that's kind of that catalyst that I want to key in on and be aware of going down.
Do you remember back in our day when we were just wee little lads? It was like 2017. I think it was the OTC ticker was like DCGD, and it was like a cigar company. And like this was when Bitcoin was crazy, and they literally put out like 10 PRs in a row of how they were like the newest Bitcoin miner on the block, and it was like one of the funniest scams ever. I don't know if that's actually a ticker. It sounds like it was a ticker in my mind.
No, it was DPW.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
No, it
was.
wasn't. Now I'm gonna
Promise
have
you.
to go looking. It's 4-letter ticker.
It was DPW. And I think they
Lie.
changed their name once.
Liar. Wasn't it?
Okay.
Well, I bet Kyle could go through his freaking spreadsheet and find it.
DCGD was an OTC pump that ran to 2, and we shorted it at 2, and it went to like 70 cents the next day. It was awesome.
DTTC, DCCT. There was one, and it was so funny how these companies that had nothing to do with Bitcoin were just releasing Bitcoin news day in and day out to try to get these OTCs on fire. And they did. Was the funny. They would go on crazy runs on literally news that had nothing to do with their company that they were just fabricating. Those are the good times. Those are the good times. Kind of just like 2020 when you had anything with vaccine PR, masks. We go through periods like that, and they are fun times, and you're going to want to be prepared for the next fun time because, yeah, the patterns work great in those markets. All right, couple questions, and we'll get on out of here. Good morning and Happy New Year. Can you guys take a look at GETR? Prefer if you told me why.
Gator.
I can't get daily charts for this one.
This one is a nothing sandwich.
Yeah. All right, we took a look at it. Big move on December 15th, topped out at 50 cents, and now is sitting at its lows doing nothing. No trade there for me, no interest, pretty much backside of this move. No volume. By now, it should have probably bounced. If it does bounce, it probably doesn't go very far, and if it does, it's not something that I can predict. No edge for me here. Sadiq says Fannie Mae's chart setting up for ABCD. Definitely one I'll be keeping an eye on. This is a trade I did really well on this past week. Oldie OTC stock, first OTC trade for me in a while, but a lot of fun there. So definitely something I will keep an eye on. Happy Days says 3 red years so far. Hope for green in 2024. Make it that year for you. Put in the time, put in the effort, study everything that we have to offer, study everything that you see on YouTube, and don't stop until you become profitable. It's really the only way to do it is when the only way out is to get it done. CCCC thoughts. Not really any thoughts here. Kind of in the same boat on this one. Sorry, I don't even have the charts up. You're just seeing my face. With ALT, high institutional ownership stocks that went on really nice moves at the beginning and now have just kind of flatlined and become super choppy, up or down, whatever is on the day. It's very unpredictable as to the direction that it's going to move in the short term. It's kind of got its volume that it's going to do every single day. It's right in that 10 to 15 million area. It's on a midst of a bounce from 4 to 6, but we were shown and proven to by ALT that type of bounce doesn't mean it's a bounce short. ALT is still going up in the 1160s, was in the 12s yesterday. So for CCCC, kind of in that same realm of just kind of blacklisted. For me, it's not your typical small cap runner. It's got other elements to it that make it hard to trade. Emilio says that they're in Puerto Vallarta too. So Huddy will just DM you his location, right?
Sounds like a good time.
Yep. He probably won't do that. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I hope that in 2024, your guys' New Year's resolution is to bring more questions to Good Morning NASDAQ, to make the show poppin', to make it run so smooth and crisp. And I can choose the best questions, not all of them. Write that down, guys, in your diary for your New Year's resolution. Heidi, what are your final thoughts of 2023 for Good Morning NASDAQ going into the new year? Whatever you want to say, this is your platform for it.
I hate to disappoint, but I feel like I already said it at the beginning of the
Nope.
of not the webinar.
Say it
of the
differently.
webinar.
Say it differently then. Say it in Spanish.
Say it in Spanish. Tienes un buen suerte.
Have a good week.
I think I said have good luck.
Is suerte luck?
Maybe.
Yeah. We appreciate you guys so much for being here, spending this year with us, spending your mornings with us. I hope you guys have a great new year. Celebrate. You know, I have a lot of memories in the beginning of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you know, making promises to myself that I was going to make this trading thing work.
I got it.
You got it.
Get in where you fit in and make some
Make
memories.
some memories. Are we going to get that tattooed someday?
Yeah. Right on our forearms.
Foreheads?
You can get in where you fit in, and I'll be like, and make some memories. And when we're together, we can complete each other.
We should make 2 shirts, and the kind of the ones that are like, I'm with him or I'm with her or whatever, and then it's the
Feels
arrows.
less permanent.
Huh?
That feels less permanent.
It's less permanent, but we could wear it better.
All right. Let's close her out.
But yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. Spend some more time with friends and family, but get your S word ready for the new year. And make some commitments to yourself on what you're actually going to accomplish. Anything can be done through hard work and dedication. You guys all know that, but sometimes you need a reminder and you need to know that sometimes it's time to put up or shut up. And entering the new year is a great time to prove it to yourself, to everyone else. So I hope you all can accomplish your wildest dreams. Hope you have a fantastic New Year's Eve. And we will see you on Tuesday morning for the first episode of Good Morning NASDAQ 2024, season 2024. Have a wonderful